This is the F1-75 Ferrari driven by LeClerc. And the overall look of this model, I am very impressed with it. This is by far, personally, I think, the best Ferrari model produced by Bbuargo so far, ever. And I say that just because the details on this model are just so crisp. And this is a die-cast metal model. And some of the sharpness that I wouldn't expect from a metal die-cast model are all present here. So, very impressive. One thing that most model companies can do now with the technologies available is definitely getting the shape of the car accurate, which in this case is very accurate if you compare it to the real thing. The other thing that stands out is this really beautiful carbon fiber. Now, as beautiful as it is, it's actually too glossy compared to the real thing. And Bbuargo's using, as what I coined in several of my Bbuargo reviews, is that Bbuargo effect of their carbon fiber, which is they take, basically it's a plastic mold that they rake the carbon fiber in. You can feel the ridges on the plastic. So, but it's a very effective method. And it looks like with this model, they've actually improved it even more so. So that, to me, is a really great thing. All of the decals on this model are very accurate. These are tampo printed, so they're very nicely done. They're not stickers. So the durability of these decals should be for a very, very long time. The tires or wheels are pretty easy to replicate because of the covers that are on the wheels now. So no complaints there. The only thing that I would criticize more than anything else is that the bolts on the hub look like they're just molded onto the rest of the wheel. So there is no sense of separation there. And not really surprised at, again, a model of this price point. The scripting is really nice. It's really nicely done. And yeah, the only other knock that I may have against this model, if I want to call it that, is this exhaust outlet. It's chromed out. On the actual car, it definitely isn't that way. And, well, not sure why they did it like that, but let's take a look at the top view. That Ferrari red that they're using, this flat red, is a nice departure from the typical glossy Ferrari red. They've been doing this flat color for some time, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. The helmet is really nicely detailed, has all the information that you would expect. Seatbelt is nicely appointed. It's a full harness. So there's a steering wheel with some color to it, which is really nice. And then just a closer look at that carbon fiber pattern that I was referring to. It's really nice. And that's throughout the entire model. And there we are. The F1-75 LeClerc Ferrari by Bbuargo. And now to my conclusions. If you're familiar with Hot Wheels Elite or Hot Wheels Racing, then you know up until the early 2000s they used to make Formula 1 cars. They also had the Ferrari license. I would say the quality of their Formula 1 efforts was equal to Mini Champs. Now Mini Champs today, their quality is much more better than it used to be. But my point in bringing it up is that's where I think Bbuargo is today. At that Hot Wheels racing level of the early 2000s, which is obviously a good thing. That carbon fiber on that model is excellent. It's the best I've ever seen on a Bbuargo model. They definitely improved their carbon fiber look so much. I think it actually surpasses some of the carbon fiber work from some of those higher end model companies. The paint is laid out very nicely. No complaints there. All of the angles and edges of that model are nice, crisp, and sharp. Now there are some definite imperfections as well. The first one that stands out the most is that horrific 3-tooth comb they have sitting in the front of that nose that's supposed to be an aerial. The other thing is that exhaust is chromed out. You would never see that on a Formula One car. But other than that, it's a very good model. If you're a casual collector and you collect all kinds of Formula One memorabilia and you want to have a Formula One car in your collection, this would be a great one to have. If you are a collector who does not have a big budget, but you don't want something that looks like a toy, this Bbuargo model is for you. If you are a collector who is looking for the most concise model that looks closest to the real thing, then you're probably going to want a higher end model like a BBR or a LeClerc. That being said, I think this is a major accomplishment for Bbuargo. If you are someone into values, if that's your thing, I would definitely give this the $2 signs. This model retails for about $90 US, which is typical pricing for the Bbuargo models. You can find them pretty much everywhere. This is the first 2022 model that I reviewed this year. There will be more coming soon as they become available. Please like and subscribe. That is the best way I'm going to know that you're enjoying these videos. It motivates me to make more of them. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you next time.